What's the craziest misuse of military equipment you've ever witnessed? I saw a staff sergeant use a $3 million Apache helicopter to deliver pizza to troops in Afghanistan. This was 2011 at Forward Operating Base Shank. We'd been stuck there for 3 weeks straight due to constant Taliban activity. No supply convoys could get through. We were living off MREs and whatever canned food remained in storage. Morale was hitting rock bottom. Guys were getting cranky, fighting over the last decent meals, complaining constantly about the same tasteless rations every day. Our company commander was getting desperate to boost spirits. That's when Staff Sergeant Jake came up with his brilliant idea, or stupid idea depending on your perspective. See, there was this pizza place in Kabul that delivered to military bases, 60 miles away, but they had a delivery service for American troops. Jake somehow convinced them to prepare 50 large pizzas and meet us at a landing zone halfway between Kabul and our base. The catch? We needed air transport to make the pickup. He walked straight into the flight operations office and submitted a request for helicopter transport. Listed it as Morale, Welfare, and Recreation Supply Run on the official paperwork. Technically accurate, just vague enough to slip through. The pilot, Chief Warrant Officer Mike, looked at the request form and shrugged. Orders are orders. If command approved it, who was he to question transporting mysterious morale supplies from Kabul? What nobody realized was that Jake had somehow gotten this approved during a shift change. The outgoing operations officer signed it without reading carefully, and the incoming guy assumed it was already vetted. So there I was, watching a $3 million attack helicopter designed to destroy enemy tanks and provide close air support, carefully landing in a field to pick up pizza boxes from a nervous Afghan delivery driver. The whole thing was surreal. Here's this sophisticated military aircraft bristling with weapons systems and advanced avionics being loaded with pepperoni and sausage pizzas like some kind of overpriced food delivery service. Mike radioed back to base that he'd secured the essential supplies and was returning to base. Air traffic control had no idea they were guiding in a pizza delivery helicopter. The landing was perfect. Jake organized a human chain to unload the boxes while the rotors were still spinning. Within minutes, the entire base smelled like fresh pizza instead of diesel fumes and stale MREs. Word spread instantly. Soldiers came running from every corner of the base. Nobody cared how the pizza got there, just that it was hot, cheesy, and absolutely delicious after weeks of military rations. The party lasted about 30 minutes. Then Major Davis showed up, attracted by the unusual sounds of laughter coming from the mess tent. He took one look at the pizza boxes and the helicopter still warming down on the landing pad. His face went through several interesting color changes. Then he spotted Jake organizing the impromptu pizza party like some kind of morale coordinator. "Staff Sergeant," he called out. "My office, now!" Jake grabbed one last slice and followed the major, probably figuring his military career was about to end in spectacular fashion. The rest of us kept eating, knowing this might be our last good meal for weeks. Turns out the major was less angry than impressed. Jake had somehow boosted unit morale more effectively than any official program. Sick call reports dropped to 0 overnight. Productivity increased. Soldiers were actually smiling again. The major made Jake write up a detailed after-action report explaining exactly how he'd managed to requisition helicopter support for pizza delivery. Then he forwarded it to brigade headquarters as an example of innovative morale enhancement techniques. Instead of getting court-martialed, Jake got promoted to sergeant first class 6 months early. The pizza operation became legendary throughout the region. Other bases started requesting similar morale welfare runs. Command eventually created official policies for helicopter food delivery with proper safety protocols and budget allocations. Jake became the unofficial expert on military food logistics. Last I heard, he retired as a first sergeant and opened his own catering company in Colorado. Specializes in remote location deliveries. His business cards feature a helicopter carrying a pizza box. The Apache pilot Mike still flies for the Army. Says that Pizza Run was the most satisfying mission of his entire career, even though it technically violated about 15 different regulations.